bear with me in the next 15 minutes as I try to share you some of the tips that I'd like to impart on taking care of the parents, and the family and the child with special needs. Okay, so at times, when you as a couple, you always decide that you are now ready to have children of your own, and everything went well from your prenatal check-up to your laboratory test, your congenital scan, it's all normal. And you have an uneventful natal course. But as the child grows up, then you see that you notice that something is different from your child, or there's something wrong. So sometimes they may be physically normal, but when they start their behavior, you see their behavior, then you realize there's something different from your child. Your child there's something different compared to other children of the same age group. So, talking about the common disabilities, autism, cerebral palsy, chronically ill, epilepsy, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, children with learning disabilities, and intellectual disability. These are considered common disabilities and might need special or extra care. What is child development? So, child development is how a child becomes or be able to do more complex things as they grow older. When a child does not reach their developmental milestones at expected times, then you call that developmental delay. So the delay can be a minor or major problem. And when you observe them and you see them, watch over them while they're sleeping, then you might have worries, If there's something wrong with my child, then anong mangyayari sa kanya in the future? Anong future niya? Will whatever the disability or the special features of your child, will this affect my child? So many questions, and they're so scary. It's normal to be scared, And it's normal to sometimes deny that there's really something wrong. Normal reaction lahat yon. But you just have to really pause, take a break, and analyze again. So that will help you think objectively and take the first step. And the first step, of course, is you being able to find a good doctor, a specialist, if warranted, that will be your partner in taking care of your children. That doctor who will be there for you and your child ngayon hanggang sa matapos ang treatment. But most of all, that doctor wherein you will be able to trust. Importante sa patient-doctor relationship ang trust. And kung walang trust, kahit gaano kagaling ang isang doktor, hindi magiging maayos, hindi magiging maayos ang gamutan o ang management, ang partnership. So trust is an important and first thing that has to be established with a patient-doctor relationship. When you already see consult, then you have to give yourself time to adjust. Adjust doon sa schedule, kung kailan kayo pwedeng magpa-consult. Adjust in whatever the consultation is going to be. Then adjust your mind, give yourself time to accept whatever the diagnosis is. And when a diagnosis has already been given, understand the needs of your child. Okay? So is this extra attention, extra medical consultation, medication, extra test, So these things. And when you already have a diagnosis, I always encourage my parents, the family, For example, I give a diagnosis of autism. Then it's okay for you to read about it, but don't be overwhelmed because it's still a case-to-case basis, and it depends on the assessment of your child. It's important too that if you need help from other people, then don't be afraid or don't be scared, don't be shy to reach out, ask help in caring for your child from your in-laws, your immediate family, or from your relatives if you need to. And in reaching out, of course, then you will be able to take care of your child and take care of yourself too. When you already have started on caring for your child, it's important not to compare your child with other children of the same age. You should accept the progress of your child according to their own pace. Okay? For example, there are kids that have been diagnosed, for example, at age of as autism at chronologic age at 8 years old. But your developmental pediatrician or your neurologist assess that your child, even if they are 8 years old, has a mental age of 3 years old. So you cannot compare your child to somebody who is of same age at 8. So you have to accept their accomplishments according to their mental age. And in teaching your child, so we also advise our parents, not only in the therapy center, but you should also at your home devote dedicated time of minimum of 30 minutes in also teaching your child aside from the therapy center or behavioral centers. Okay? So when you see your child compared with other classmates, please don't compare them. Just continue to appreciate your child's accomplishment according to their pace. And you yourself, you have to objectively also develop your own strategies in case problems would arise. So what are the problems? For example, if you brought your child to the mall and he became hyperactive or irritable or threw tantrums, so you should already have a backup plan on how you will address these problems once you encounter them. Okay? Or for example, you went for an outing, but during the travel, your child had a seizure. Then before traveling, then you should have already a backup plan, or you already know how to handle your child in case he will have a seizure event. There's times wherein you might hear other people, bystanders, commenting on your child regarding your child's behavior. So don't fret. Don't be depressed. Don't let these comments get you down. Okay? Because as I've mentioned, you really just have to be thankful that you still have your child, that there are still remedies, that you can still take care of them. And don't forget to celebrate the little things that your child is able to accomplish. I had this patient who was nonverbal, but they started therapy, and after 2 years, the child was able to say his first words, and that's Papa and Mama. So from being nonverbal, being able to say 2 syllables, that was already a very big achievement for these parents who for the past 4 years never heard their child say anything. And that's already a reason to celebrate. Celebrate in your own way. Hindi naman kailangan magpapiesta. And maaring para sa ibang parents, ang bawaw naman yung mama, papa lang. But for other parents, this is a big thing. And we should respect that. And there are also times when I had this patient na he was very hyperactive and very shy. When you start letting him do something, he would throw tantrums. But with therapy and medication, the mother showed me the video of her child doing a live show cooking stint at school. And when I saw that video, the mother was crying and she said, "Doc, I never thought that my child would be able to do this." And he was able to memorize his lines. So for that parent, that was a huge achievement. So kanya-kanyang level sila ng achievement. And all of these things, are reasons to celebrate. So keep on celebrating whatever the achievement of your child is. Okay? Now, how about you, dear parents? Being a parent is hard. I'm not a parent, but I cared for my niece and nephews while they were young. I had that opportunity, and I'm so happy that they're all grown up now. But changing their diapers, bringing them to school, these are all things that we need to do for them. But you as parents, you're just there for them. You all do all of these things because you love them. Now, being a parent, taking care of these children, it's not a marathon. It's about more of a cross-country run. Slowly, by pace, you try to do the best that you can for your kids, for them to be able to move forward. That's why, for me, when I see parents in my clinic, or in the OPD, I salute all of you, dear parents, because I only see them 15 minutes or 45 minutes in my clinic, and I see how you patiently and TLC your child, tender loving care. And in that short period of time, sobra ko na-appreciate yung patience nyo, yung tiyaga nyo, and pagmamahal na binibigay nyo sa kanila. Kaya for me, kayo po ang real na superhero. So, congratulations. And there are times you, as parents, you won't really get it right, Kung minsan may imperfections na yun. There are times na gustong-gusto mong ma-perfect yung pag-aalaga mo, but kung minsan may palso, hindi umaayon. And that's okay. It's okay sometimes na may mali or may palya because nobody's perfect. We just have to see the mistake and then move on. Move on and be better. And if ever na mayroong nangyaring di maganda, just don't forget to forgive yourself. It wasn't intentional, but you just wanted things to be better, to be perfect, but kuminsan hindi sumasang-ayon and things don't go our way. But always remember, there's always a reason why things happen, and just trust that God is looking out for all of us. Okay, so yung last ko na sinasabi po was when things mess up, when things aren't perfect, then just forgive yourself, and since nobody is perfect. But important, once you forgive yourself, don't lose yourself, Kahit gaano ka-bleak or kadilim ang situation mo ngayon or ang pinagdadaanan ng anak mo, always remember, stay focused, organize, Huwag tayo masyadong nagpapadala sa emotions natin, Gamitin natin ang isipan natin to rule over our heart para directed tayo sa pag-aalaga sa ating mga anak. So, in case, wag tayong mag-guilty kung masaya tayo or nakikipaglokohan tayo or nagjo-joke time tayo, It's okay to have some fun. Ngayon, if you have other kids, it's important, that i-share din natin yung oras natin sa iba pa nating mga anak. Huwag kayong mag-guilty na you'll be away for 2 hours dahil i-treat mo sa labas yung isa mong anak at may iwan yung anak mo with special needs. It's okay. Kailangan din ng quality time with the other kids para ma-avoid natin ang sibling jealousy. Okay? Thank you, Ma'am Mariel, Ma'am Marichelle, for sharing my FB Live. Of course, hello to my Suki, Suki na friendships na andyan, kay Ate Eme, Ma'am Emerald, Jen Amante Bustamante. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, so hope, we'll pray, na things will be better for Ate Eme. So aside from making time for your family, importante, ang mag-spend ng time with your husband, your wife, or your partner. Huwag kalimutan, they also have needs. They also need your attention. They also need your love. So, huwag silang pababayaan. Spend quality time with your spouse, with your partner. So, it's okay na makipag-date kayo. Maaring yung date nyo nasa labas lang ng bahay nyo. And it's okay. At least may quality time kayo together. Okay? Importante. Okay? So, ang next, of course, you who are caregivers of your children, it's important that you should also take care of yourself. So, magpa-gupit-gupit, mag-powder-powder, okay? Magpa-manicure, pedicure, okay lang po yan. I-pamper nyo yung sarili nyo. Give yourself time. So, in 7 days, 24 hours that you're taking care of your child, don't feel guilty to care for yourself. Don't be sad na maiiwan mo siya for a certain period of time. Dahil yung time na wala ka sa tabi ng anak mo is time for you to rejuvenate yourself, to build yourself again. So, take a break, mag-pause, and meditate kung kinakailangan, and then take some time. Hindi naman kailangan expensive na sometime yan. Pwedeng pumunta ka lang sa labas, naglaba ka, yun ang iyong break. Okay? So, whatever makes you happy, whatever would boost again your moral, your energy, then do it. Okay? Kung gusto mo kumain ng halo-halo, then yun ang breather mo, then go ahead. Don't feel guilty of the calories. Always remember, tulad ng nabanggit ko, na gusto ko kayo na mag-take a break, because you also deserve to be cared for, to be loved, okay? To be treasured. And in doing all of these things na tips na sinabi ko sa inyo, then you will be much better person, parent, caregiver, because you're taking care of yourself para mas maalagaan mo ang iyong anak with special needs or chronic illness. So I hope yung konting sharing ko na yan sa inyo ay nakatulong. Because all of these things, I know, they're common sense, they're basic. Oh, alam ko na yan, pero ang tanong, ginagawa po ba ninyo sa sarili nyo, sa anak nyo? Okay? So, maybe you just needed somebody like me to remind you of some things na kuminsan nalilimutan na natin. At kuminsan yung isang bagay na importante, and that is caring for ourselves, spending time with our family, kuminsan, nalilimutan na natin because we're so consumed in taking care of our child. And there's nothing wrong with that. Continue caring for your child 101%. But please, don't forget yourself and the people around you. So I think that's about the time that we have, everybody. I have to sign off. I truly appreciate that you shared this moment with me. So God bless, and see you all next week for another edition of my Facebook Live.